Let's develop Gantt chart in the Excel. Now since we are equipped with the basics of the commands used to develop Gantt chart, let's develop this desired output. In a very quick and a simple steps, we will develop a Gantt chart or the project schedule sheet in which we will have a start date and end date, and a bar chart will be reflecting the timeline of the activity. We will make it a dynamic in nature, that is, when we will change the timelines of the activity, the bar chart will also change. So we do not have to manually enter or format the bar chart. It will happen automatically. Now let's come to the simple steps to create a bar chart in Excel. The first thing is we will define the information or the data which is required. So the first column we require the name of the activity. Now let us, for the example, use simple alphabets to use the name of the activity. Now each activity will have some start date and some end date based on the planning. So let's give each activity a start date. For the sake of simplicity, let us keep start date as 1st January 2021. Now we can change the format of the date to make it more easy to read. So we will go to formatting option, or you can click Ctrl+1 and we will go to date and we'll change the format so that we have day, month and the year. Now the start date of an activity can be linked with the start date of the project. So we can define one more cell and the heading as project start date. Now to make it more relevant, let us also define project title and the organization name. You can use the conditional formatting options, or you can use the font option and font color option to select the blue color, or the size can be directly selected from the main screen. Now we want to give the start date, so we will merge the column C and D, and we can have a start date with a different number format. So suppose the start date of the project is 1st January 2021, then we will go to format option, again to date, and we can select. Now first we will merge the cell and then we will also reduce the size of the font. Now you can see we have changed the format. It's first showing the weekday, that is Friday, then month, then day and then year, making it more presentable. Now in this way, first we need to schedule each of the activity that we can do in the planning part of the process. Now our main objective is to make the schedule out of this start date and the end date, to make a graphical presentation of the activity in the form of bars, so that we can easily review that which activity is going on which particular timeline. So first we need to create a timeline. Now timeline will help us to understand that what day or what time we are referring. So to create a timeline, first we will put the date in the column. So let us put the first date, which will be the starting date, as 1st January 2021. Now if I add 1 to it, I'll get a 2nd January, and if I drag it horizontally, then I can get the data auto-filled. Now I can change the format also. Now let me make for 1 week and then we will copy paste it. So I can drag it horizontally. Here we want that when we drag it horizontally, the alphabets will move, so the cell address will move. So you can see we have got the first week. Now we want to show only the number of the day. For example, for 1st January I just want 1 to be there, so I'll go to format and I'll go to custom then, and I'll select the option of only date. So we can type D over there and click on OK. Now you can see it is representing only the date of the month, neither the month neither the year is there, so making it more simple. Now in the next row I want to represent the day, whether it's Monday, Tuesday. So I'll use a command text and I will value it of the day. Now in text you can see it's first asking us the value, so we'll click on the date and then the format test. So we'll click on the, in the format test you write it as date. Now here you can see that to change this one into the weekday, will first, now we want beneath this digits we want a first alphabet of the week, so we will use the text command. So you will use text command. The first input is value, which is the date, and then the text format, which is DDD. So in this way you can type 3 times D there and see we can getting Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday and all the days. Now I want to represent only the first letter of the week. Now to represent the first letter of a week, we can use one more command along with the text command, that is left. So type left command, the text will be the same, and then the number of digits we want only the first digit, so we will type 1, and in this way we are getting the first letter of the week, which was our objective. You can reduce the size of the column width, and now you can merge the first 7 cells so that we can have entire week over there. And in week we want to represent the first day of the week, so we click on equal sign and then the first day of the week is selected. Now change the format to the day, month and year format. Now in this way we have created a timeline of first week. Now let's give some color formatting to it. So we will choose the darkest gray and the white color to make it more presentable. Now let's give a one lighter shade to the numeric digit of the month and one more lighter tone in the first day of the week to make it more presentable. Now in this way we have created a time period for the first week. Now let us copy the first week and paste it so that we create more weeks in a time period. And we have to first change the formula so that our dates comes in continuation. A simple change is required, that is the first day of the second week need to be added to the last day of the first week. So we are getting a continuous number here. Now we will change the width of each of the column by selecting the columns. Now here we have successfully defined the time period in a very presentable form, representing the first day of the week, then the digit of the day, then the first alphabet of the week. Now we will use a simple conditional formatting command, which is the essence of this exercise, to simply create a bar chart. So the Excel will automatically create a bar chart by using a simple concept or simple logic. Now first we will select those cells where we want the bar chart to be represented. So under the timeline, whatever activities we have till there, we have selected the cells. Now go to conditional formatting and then select a new rule. Now go to the last option, use a formula to conditionally format the cell. Now what is the formula? Here you have to just give your focus for few seconds. Now the formula will be my time period date. First I'll select the 1st January. My time period date should be greater or equal to the start date. This is the first logic, that the date on the time period should be greater than the start date. And there is another logic, that is my date on the time period should be lesser or equal to the end date. In simple words, time period की जो date है, it should lie between the start date and the end date of the activity. Now we have defined this formula with two logic in the end command. Now you have to see where to keep dollar and where not to keep dollar. Now if you see for the time period, we want 32 row number to be fixed. So if we want 32 row number to be fixed, then we will put a dollar sign in front of the 32. So when we drag this formula, 32 row will not change. And we also want the column having the start date and the end date, that is C and D, to be fixed. So we will put a dollar sign in front of the C and D, representing the column having the start date and the end date. So in this formula, we will put a dollar sign in front of the 32 to fix the row of the time period, and C and D to fix the column of start date and end date. Then we can change the formatting. We will go to fill, use a green color, and we will use a border of white color, and we'll click on OK. And in this simple way, the bar chart based on the start date and end date is now visible on your screen. Now this is a simple formula every time you can use to produce a schedule. Moreover, you can use end command, dollar command, and conditional formatting command in various ways to automate the Excel. Now our second condition is that we want to see the current date or the progress date. So we will again select the entire area, the first row being the date row. Now we want the current date over there. So first let us make one cell in the main sheet representing the current date. So let's create one cell which is having the status date. So let us consider 5th January as a status date. So conditioning again, first changing the format. So we will keep 1st January 2021 as the status date. Now we want on this time scale 5th January to be represented. Now we will select the area in which bar chart and the date is there. We'll again go to the conditional formatting and use a formula. So our formula should be wherever our time period date is equal to 5th January, then there should be a format change. Now what should be the change in format? We will select, now wherever our date will be equivalent to 5th January or the progress date equivalent to the time period. So F32 representing the time period and D30 representing the status date. Whenever this condition meet, whenever time period date is equal to the progress date, we will have to change the format. We will change the border. Click on OK and you can see now it's representing the, as you change the progress date, this format will also change, making your Gantt chart more user friendly and easy to read. Now in this way you have mastered 3 commands and now you know how to develop a Gantt chart in a very simple steps within few seconds. Now in coming session we will learn more interesting topics to automate the Excel and make it more productive for the user.